So let me ask you something. What if the secret to success isn't school, but knowing when to walk away from it? Because believe it or not, some of the richest, most world-changing people in history didn't walk across a graduation stage. They walked away from it. And in doing so, they built empires. This isn't a bash on education, but it is a wake-up call. Because too many people are sitting in classrooms, taking on debt, memorizing things they'll never use, while their real genius dies in silence. Let's break down the stories of those who walked away from the safe path and carved their names into history with nothing but vision, risk, and relentless belief. These are the richest dropouts in history, and their stories, they'll make you rethink everything. Let's start with a name you already know, Steve Jobs. He dropped out of Reed College after just 6 months. Why? Because he couldn't see the point. He was draining his parents' savings, going through the motion, sitting in classes that felt meaningless. But instead of quitting learning, he started learning differently. He sat in on calligraphy courses, studied design, walked barefoot around campus. He followed curiosity, not curriculum. And that one dropout decision, it freed his mind to build Apple. No jobs, no iPhone, no smartphone revolution. And here's the kicker. Apple's fonts, the beautiful layout of your screen, that came from a calligraphy class he wasn't even enrolled in. Dropping out wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Because real education starts when the script ends. Next up, Oprah Winfrey. Now, technically, she didn't drop out of high school, but she did walk away from the life that school expected her to live. Born into poverty, abused, labeled too emotional and too dramatic. Oprah didn't follow the rules. She rewrote them. She left traditional paths behind, took a chance on a media internship. And guess what? She didn't just get a job. She created an empire. Talk shows, production companies, book clubs, billion-dollar influence. And not a single degree framed behind her desk, because power doesn't come from paper, it comes from purpose. Now, let's talk about Richard Branson. This man dropped out at 16, couldn't sit still in school. Dyslexia. Teachers wrote him off. But Branson had two things most people never develop: self-belief, insane levels of curiosity. He started a magazine, then a record label, then an airline. Now, he runs over 40 companies under the Virgin brand. The guy literally launched himself into space, and yet never finished high school. Because some people don't fit into boxes. They build rockets instead. Here's one that stings a bit for academia. Mark Zuckerberg, Harvard dropout, created Facebook, and within a few short years became a billionaire. Now, love or hate the platform, the fact remains, one idea, executed with courage, outperformed 4 years of lectures. And that's the lesson. It's not about what you're taught. It's about what you do with what you believe. Now here's a plot twist. Elon Musk did finish college, but he dropped out of Stanford's PhD program after 2 days. Why? Because he realized something most people never do. Time is the most valuable currency. And while professors were debating tech, Elon was out building it. Zip2, PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink. He didn't wait to be validated. He moved. That's the thread between every one of these stories. They didn't stop learning. They just stopped waiting. Let me make one thing crystal clear. Dropping out doesn't guarantee success, but staying in the wrong system guarantees struggle. You've got to know yourself. Some people thrive in school, others suffocate. Some need structure, others need space. But every person on this list did one thing in common. They bet on themselves. They chose belief over approval, vision over tradition. They created value before they waited for permission. That's what wealth is built on. Not degrees, not diplomas, but decision. You don't need a classroom to become powerful. You need curiosity, courage, and a willingness to look crazy for a while. Because the world isn't changed by those who play it safe. It's changed by those who walk away from average and dare to create. So now, it's your turn. You don't need to drop out of school to be great. But maybe you do need to drop out of small thinking. Maybe you need to quit waiting, quit hesitating, quit asking for permission to to live your dream. Whether you're 17 or 70, your legacy doesn't care where you started, only where you decide to go from here. Because nobody ever got rich memorizing facts. They got rich solving problems, telling stories, taking risks, doing what others were afraid to do. So ask yourself, are you building a life you were told to build, or one you were born to create? You already know the answer. Now, act like it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. Your legacy is about to unfold over the coming weeks. I'll see you in the next video.